Hello, this is an introduction to Git as a tool for doing law. And I'm going to try and walk through really all the steps, do an early introduction to the concept of Git as a collaboration tool. So Git is a system created by Linus Torvalds. It is open source. A common place for using it, the dominant place for using it, is GitHub, but there are also other places such as GitLab, and you can use it entirely on your own. I'm going to start with the GitHub because it's a sort of easy on-ramp for using it. So if you go to GitHub, then you can create an account for yourself. I have done that. I've already created an account. In fact, I've been using it for a long time and have many repositories here. But let's assume that I don't have, that I want to do something new. So I will go to New, and I will give this thing a name. So GitForLaw, and then I can create that. So, and it's public, so you can do it privately. You have to have an account to do it privately. You'll see that if you were really doing law, you would make it private. That is, if you're doing an actual deal, if you're advising anybody. But I'm doing a demonstration, so it's public. You'd also do it public if you were trying to create tools for others. And I'll initialize this with a README just because it provides a little stub for us to tell things. So, and then I'll create my repository. So what we'll see then is in a moment there is a new place called GitForLaw, and you'll see in the URL it's pretty straightforward. It's in my account and it has a name, GitForLaw, like that. So then we could create a new file in this, and I will create one, and you'll see I'm going to put it in something called doc because in the future I'll want to do that. But let's just call this my deal, and I'm going to call it MD because this presents nicely if you do that. So I will call it that. Now of course I need to say something. So maybe I would indicate, I'll start to write deal between Acme and Quake, and I'll do something like price. Well, maybe we should specify what kind of a deal it is. So maybe our first deal is a software license, like that. And then I'll specify, for instance, the software package. You can use any name that you want, but I'm going to call this software package description. And I use the periods there because it makes it, there's a kind of hierarchical notion there. Software package description, version 2.2 of Acme manager, what are we going to call this? Manager system. Why not? Okay. And then effective date, and I'm going to use just again some kind of little things here. You can make that, you can really pick your own, but I'm going to call this, so today is the palindrome day, so February 2nd, 2022. You could write that however you wanted. Software package license fee up front, and this is going to be, we'll have this be in dollars, so this will be, let's make this $500, and we'll also want to have probably an end date. So it's end date. And let's make this one just for 2021, 02, let's call it January 31st, like that, license fee up front. Okay, like that. And let's say that what we're trying to do is to just get the basic deal terms, so we'll declare this done. So we go down and we commit the new file. See, it's create. So basic terms in file G. Oops, I'm gonna put this in G, doc G. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put it in doc G. You'll see why later. Basic terms in file G, what did I call this? My deal. Okay, so basic first draft of deal terms. Okay, and I'll commit that file like that. Commit means essentially write it. You'll see it's a little more complicated than the question is, of course, write it where. But in this case, it's pretty simple. Okay, so now I could invite somebody to come in to the My Deal thing and look at this. And if somebody had another account, then they could come in and edit this file, and another account with privileges, then they could come in and edit this file. For the moment, I'll edit it myself and pretend that I'm the other side. And the other side says, well, no, it shouldn't be 400. It shouldn't be 500. We agreed there'd be a discount, and it would be 400. So then I can say license fee reduced to 400, like, and then I can put a little comment as we agreed with your sales team, like that. Okay, so then I can commit this like that. And now notice what we have here is a history of this document. So you can view this. There's the original and there's the modified one. And we can see what that looks like. You see, so you can look here at this one, My Deal, and you can see what this thing has to say, like that. You can also compare this, if I can see where it is that I would compare. Here. So this is the thing that tells us, this little thing tells us which one it is. You'll see that it looks kind of funny. But here we go. We've got this compares the two files. And so we can see that it did say 500 and it now says 400. Okay? That's the basic versioning and statement. And notice that this system, you won't understand this yet, but this system has a way in which everything is validated so that it is extremely difficult to falsify it and quite easy to follow the history of something. There we go.